This is the MeteoMark Weather Show. Let's take a look at some spring-like weather, but before I do, I want to thank John, somebody I work with, for the opportunity to honor spring with this sunflower tie. So hopefully we can get some spring-like weather for all of you out there. So let's take a look at some spring-like precipitation totals. And these will be very spring-like across the Gulf Coast, heading from New Orleans over towards Panama City and extending north towards the Carolinas. We could see on the order of 3 to 4, maybe 5 inches of rain out of this system from the middle to latter portion of your weekend. Heading up the coast, the Appalachians, and then up the eastern seaboard here, that's where we'll be looking at the probability of a lot of rain out of this system, possibly 1, 2, maybe locally higher amounts to 3 inches, and that could lead to some flooding problems. Here in the central section, Rockies and out west, we're not looking at too much until you get up here in the Pacific Northwest, maybe getting clipped by a system or two over the next 5 to 6 days, but nothing very major at this point. Let's take a look at those surface maps for your middle to latter portion of the weekend, your Sunday and Sunday night. That system along the Gulf Coast really starts to get cranking here. You can see, look at this system. Low pressure riding along the warm front will produce strong to scattered severe thunderstorms from New Orleans over to Panama City. This system bears watching as it strengthens and moves towards the northeast. However, the severe weather day will be along the Gulf Coast on Sunday. You can see in the central sections and western sections of the country looking very benign as the ridge really begins to build. So let's take a look at the start of your new work week. Heading on into Monday night, this system gets cranking across the southern Appalachians, drags a warm front, pushing all of this Gulf moisture up the Appalachians and into the eastern portions of the Ohio Valley and eventually into western New England. That's where we get a lot of rainfall out of this system. We'll be looking for the problems that develop with some of these heavier downpours across the eastern portion of the United States. So that's what we're going to be looking at with this system as it continues to cruise northeastward up the eastern coastline, not out to sea, but this system's kind of going to move across the continent, so we're not looking at a nor'easter developing out of this system, to say the least, but we're going to be looking at rain showers continuing. So that's what we have here at MeteoMark. This system bears watching for severe weather and some flooding problems, severe weather being mainly on the southern side of this system, of course, across the Gulf Coast states and southeast, and the flooding threat will mainly be on the central to northern part of this system as we get a lot of overrunning precipitation. Now, that well-advertised possibility of northeast and east coast snowstorm, or winter storm for that matter, is still kind of on the table. However, this map I've made as of the beginning to middle portion of the week hasn't changed much. I still think this system's going to be mainly slightly weaker and a little bit further out to sea, but it really is too early to say because models really don't have the greatest handle on this, as this system will be tracking in the wake of the system that we deal with on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So that kind of makes a problem in itself. So hopefully the models can sort themselves out, but as I said, I don't think this is going to strengthen to major winter storm. We could have some areas where we get some isolated reports of some wintry precipitation. However, I'll continue to watch it here at MeteoMark. These are the most likely or possible tracks to deal with at this point, and this would be in the April 10th and 11th time frame. That's pretty much going to do it here at MeteoMark. I'm going to have a 5-day outlook for my hometown viewers in the Susquehanna region of New York, Susquehanna region of Northeast Pennsylvania from Scranton to Binghamton. However, don't forget to like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com. Here is that 5-day outlook from Scranton to Binghamton. Look at these temperatures here. We basically start off a little bit nice across the weekend here, the weekend portion, and it's not until the latter portion of the weekend here into Monday we start to see that system from the south across the Gulf Coast begin to move in our direction. And that's where we'll start to see rain developing across the area Sunday night, mainly Monday. We'll get that 1 to possibly 2 inch amounts with an additional possibly 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch overnight Monday night into Tuesday morning, and possibly another 1/2 an inch Tuesday to Tuesday afternoon. So this system is going to drop a moderately portion amount of rain. However, as you know, we've dealt with a lot of rain in the last couple weeks, so we got to look for possible flooding situations. Now, I'm not looking at a major flood However, some areas could see minor to moderate flooding on Susquehanna River and area stem creeks. So I'll continue to watch it here at MeteoMark, and be aware that mainly from the portion of Monday night, that's when the rain gets the heaviest, probably from 5 p.m. Monday afternoon through 5 a.m. Tuesday morning. That will be the heaviest rainfall time period. That's going to do it here at MeteoMark.